Russia is a big country. There are many other cities besides Moscow and St. Petersburg. Our city Samara is one of them. It is located on the banks of the Volga River, the longest river in Europe. Here live more than 1 million people. The city was founded in the 16th century, has a rich history. Here, one can find modern buildings side by side with wooden houses. Russian spaceships are built here. The most beautiful Russian ladies live here. The youth organization Lastочки was established in Samara in 1997. In 2001, it became the National Committee of the ICYE Federation, International Cultural Youth Exchange. In 2009, the organization was called the Center of Voluntary Movement Lastочки. The organization offers two main programs: long-term ICYE programs and short-term STEP program.
The mission of ICYE is to bring people and nations from different parts of the world together by exchanging young people who volunteer, trying to discover both themselves and the cultures of the countries they live in for usually longer period. We believe more in long-term than short-term volunteering. And again, it's an experience that usually changes life, both of the volunteers and sometimes even of the people they work with, they live with while they are abroad. And our mission is to give this opportunity to as many young people as possible in as many countries in the world as possible.
In 2011, the organization was accredited as sending and hosting organization within the EVS program. Lastочки is the contact point for the other hosting organizations in Samara. The main objective of Lastочки is the development of youth exchange programs and international volunteering in the Samara region. A wide range of projects in 35 countries in Europe, Africa, America or Asia are presented to Russian volunteers. Lastочки offers a project placement, accommodation, food, a language course, and 3 trainings on human adaptation to local life to those volunteers who arrive to Samara for different periods. If volunteers arrive within EVS program, they receive project placement, accommodation, food, little pocket money, and 2 trainings.
Extremely different than American ways I could never imagine.
I hope that I will speak better Russian after the 2 months.
The main projects of Lastочки are the following: Association Down Syndrome, the Organization for the People with Disabilities Parus Nadezhdy, the Organization for the People on Wheelchairs Desnitsa, the Rehabilitation Center for People with Multiple Sclerosis and their Families, the Animal Shelter Hope, projects in the office of Lastочки, the Jewish Kindergarten Maccabi Lauda and Waldorf Kindergarten.
I'm here with an organization called ICYE. I chose this project because I wanted to work with kids, and the Waldorf Kindergarten seemed like a good project to me. And I chose Samara because, I wanted to come to Russia, but I didn't want to go to one of the touristic cities like Moscow or St. Petersburg, so I chose Samara.
I wanted to work with children, so I looked the project. So in Samara I found Down syndrome, and it was interesting for me.
I work at a kindergarten with children with Down syndrome, and I make sure they don't get into too much trouble. I've been here 10 months, and I'm here for another 2, so it's a long-term project. I chose Russia because since I was a little kid, I've always found Russia an interesting country. I can't say why, I don't know why, but...
The organization Lastочки pays attention to all volunteers by helping them to adapt to our country and its particularities, to better understand the mentality, to learn a lot. Volunteers are provided by mentors. Regularly, mentors meet in the Lastочки office, where they share experiences with each other, exchange advice, think about the plans for the future, and spend a great time in the cozy atmosphere of communication. Often, interesting ideas are born and later on implemented in life.
They help me find a host family, and they also help me when I have a problem. And they just also organize events where all the volunteers can meet together.
Well, I think this is a good organization because always if I have maybe some problem or I need the help of them, they always help to me, or Eso.
Russia is a country with a great history and rich by its unique traditions, which are reflected in our festive culture. The New Year is perhaps one of the most important holidays for the Russian people. It opens wide Russian soul. On New Year's Eve, one can experience a mixture of Russian and foreign traditions in the Lastочки office. Different kind of competitions, presentations, games, creation of handmade Christmas decorations, exchanging gifts, Christmas cooking are always organized by Lastочки. Easter is as important as New Year. This holiday has its own traditions in each country. At the celebration organized by the members of our organization, the volunteers talked about their traditions and got to know Russian traditions. Traditional Easter cake kulich, painted eggs, a lot of stories, Olympic Games, chiburashka, gzhel, flags. A bit sad that all that was supposed to be eaten. Although it is very cold in winter in Russia, in comparison to Europe or the southern countries, we have very hot summer. The temperature rises up to 40 degrees Celsius. Volunteers who arrive to Samara for the first time have a lot of things to admire, starting with the arrangement of the city and its lifestyle to the public transport. They can find the answers to their questions consistently from their mentors or in Lastочки office. You would ask about entertainments in our city. We would say there are a lot. Concert halls, theaters, bars, street walking, parks, museums. We can continue and continue. And we are not going to tell you about it. The easiest way is to come, see everything, find out and try. Yours, Lastочки team.
It's not the best place to be a tourist in. There's not so much by way of tourist attractions, but it's a really nice place to live because we've got quite a young population, I think.
There's a lot of snow here, and in summer it's very beautiful to have a walk at the Volga, at the embankment.
And when I think of Samara and when I'm here, I always long to be near the great Mother Volga.
It's funny that there are a lot of statues here in Samara, and also the marshrutka is very funny.
I wanted to go out in the bus and I didn't know how to say Nasledusi, for example, so I go to another bus stop. It was maybe the first day. So
Russian people are very, very friendly. The moment they find out you're not from Russia, they're always taking interest in you.
The Russians, like so far, they've been great. I took the train here from Moscow, and it was like a 17-hour train, and I had no food. And around me, like there were a lot of people. None of them spoke a single word of English, but they saw that I had no food. So the lady, like she gave me chicken, and the other gave me bread, the other gave me butter. So it's like it was pretty nice. Like they've been very friendly. And they invited me like to their houses even though they didn't speak anything, like they just gave me their numbers and said call me and stuff.